Reckless talk. Son of a Justin. Hey, reckless talk. But I got expensive habits. Don't step in salt.
Alright, how's it going, people? Don from Kenya Goodness TV, and back again with another video. So you already know the Champions League night is back this Wednesday. Game actually are playing with Sevilla, that is. Depends on how you want to pronounce it. That'll be 11 p.m. East African time. Ooh, actually being played late. Arsenal, please don't disappoint me, by the way, because we're going to sacrifice our night to watch this game. You need to win this game. Anyway, we had a good record. We've been having a good record against these guys. Remember, actually, last time we beat them at their place. It was an away game. We beat them 2-1. If you remember very well, the Gabbies, that is Martinelli, scored. Gabriel Jesus scored. When unfortunately Gabriel Jesus is actually not available for this game. Well, anyway, I'll get to injuries later on and how the injuries are also going to affect how we're going to play for this game. Yeah, but I think it's a game that we should comfortably win. Okay, not even comfortably, not even say, okay, if I'm to say comfortably win, not that I'm writing off Seville, because if you remember the game we played with them last, I think last week, no, I think a week ago, towards the end bit part of it, they really gave us a hard time. But we managed to get the job done, and it was an away game, yeah. So in being, by the way, at home, I think this is a team that we should be able to beat this team. And also, what I'm expecting from the boys is that you all know what has been going on. There's been quite some controversial things going on with the Premier League. That was the game we played versus Newcastle. So clearly, people felt like we were robbed. So, like, I expect these guys, but to come with that hunger, that hunger, and that anger, turn that anger into something positive, and let it make sure, let it get a fire inside you for you to actually, for you to actually win the game. Yeah. So, and one thing, but I'll also anticipate, just get the job done. Just get the job done so that we don't have this. We don't have to be in a situation whereby we now depend on the VAR actually to know our fate. Just get the job done. Beat these guys. I mean, we beat them 2-1 at home, at their home. So I think we should be able to beat these guys. I mean, even make it 4-0. I mean, you're at home. You have the fan base. You have the support. So why not? The second thing, and this is just my own personal analogy. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But looking at Arsenal last season and comparing Arsenal this season, specifically the Premier League. All right, like I said, this is my own analogy. Like I said, my analogy is that somehow, by the way, the fluidity and the form has dropped from last season. Factor number one is that probably we are I think teams in the Premier League have somehow figured us out. Because remember the Arsenal last season, man, the fluidity was something else. We're just going past teams. We're just rolling over teams left, right, and center. Some, I think, we've been figured out in the Premier League. So maybe Arteta needs to, the coaches basically need to revamp our style of play so that we don't become predictable. If you look at a player like Saka, it's become so predictable. He gets the ball, we have two guys on him. So Saka somehow has become very predictable, and I think it's upon him to also be creative, and also upon the coach to also see how they can also allow the guy to they can also make the guy, because Saka is a very good player, yeah. So the basic need to use his ability, or see how they can just unlock him, yeah. So now in the Champions League, some of these teams like Seville, Lens, PSV, we haven't played with them that much. So they somehow have not figured us out. So I think maybe the run they had last season, maybe you need to apply it. We need to apply it in these kind of games, because yeah. Well, that's my own analogy. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Yeah. Anyway, there's some couple of players that I would just like to or better. Let me just talk about my first 11. How I prefer this game to turn out. And then now we'll go ahead and now talk about players individually. First of all, let me just put this out there. Gabriel Jesus, Martin Odegaard, of course, Jurgen Timber is out. Thomas Partey probably could be out by there till maybe January. That's another video on its own. Then you have Smith Rowe, who's also going to be unavailable for this game as well. Yeah, so we have quite a number of injuries, which doesn't really look good. And I think this is something that now we need to sort out. But anyway, I'll do another video by there talking about the injuries and whatnot. Yeah, so like my first 11, how would I want this game by there to be played? So let me see. Between the sticks, wow, it's hard to choose because looking at Ramsdale, no much difference by there from him with David Raya. We actually thought that David Raya coming on board was more like an upgrade. But honestly speaking, I think for the time we've seen him play, even if you look at the Newcastle game, I mean, they're just his positioning. They're just some silly mistakes that you don't expect a goalkeeper by there to be making. I mean, even if you look at the game we played versus Newcastle, yes, we were robbed, and there's all that VR controversy. But I mean, him as well, his positioning as well was quite questionable. So, and we've seen it by the not just from this game, not just from the Newcastle game, but from my own perspective, I really don't think he's much of an upgrade. But as opposed to Ramsdale, so between the sticks, I think I'll just still go with David Raya. Then in the left back position, I'll start Tomiyasu. Centre back position, of course, I'll still start Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba. Yeah, and then the right back position, Ben White has been making some mistakes of late. Well, he plays well, but he's been making just he's been just making mistakes, which I hope Bade he's learned from them. But I think I'll start Ben White. Yeah, I'll start Ben White Bade for this game as well. Then our midfield, that's when now the problem is Odegaard unavailable, Thomas Partey unavailable, and I'm telling you, the midfield basically is the engine. That's the engine by the of a team. So I'm comfortable with Declan Rice. I'm comfortable with Declan Rice in the midfield. Man, I mean, I don't know. We basically don't even have. I mean, the options we have are actually quite tricky. But I mean, what do we do? I mean, that the players available. So I'll start. Let me see. I'll start Havertz. Well, Havertz has not been actually having a bad game. He's just been doing okay. But you see, we don't want okay. We don't. I mean, we don't just want okay. We don't want okay players. Yeah, we want players who are just exceptional. So anyway, Havertz, Jorginho, forwards. I'll start Bukayo Saka on the right wing. Then center forward. Hey, man, the players that they have actually have not really convinced me. But I think for this game, by the way, I'll start Trossard. Trossard is a bit tactical, but as opposed to Nketiah. Yeah, so I'll start Trossard by the way for this game. Yeah, I mean Trossard can also play by the that center forward position. He can play as a false nine, and then I'll start Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli by there on the wing. I think Martinelli by there would get the job done. I mean, he scored versus Sevilla last time, so why not actually start him by there for this game as well? Yeah, so I'll start Martinelli by there on the left wing. That will be my first 11 by there for this game. That is versus Sevilla. So come on, boys, guys, go out, get the job done. I mean, if we were to beat Sevilla, I think we'll now be 4 points ahead. Yeah, I think 4 points ahead by the of in our group. We beat if we beat Sevilla, we beat Lons. Then I think now that'll be job done. So anyway, go prediction. We beat these guys 2-1 at home. So I think we can beat them. We can give them actually a 4. I mean, guys, I expect you guys by the way to come with that burning fire inside you. By the way, you've been robbed for the Newcastle game, so come blazing hot for this game. So score prediction as 4-0 to the Arsenal. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Ensure you smash the subscribe button, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Come on, you Gunners.